my name is Ariel, and I will be sharing you my story of love and heartbreak. This relationship was the best and worst relationship of my life. Positively, it made me feel like my life was connected in a designed way. Negatively, it made me feel broken. How did it end? I kicked it off, he finished it. It ended in multiple ways. It was something he said. At that point, I was just like, okay, well, this is a sign I need to back out of this. And that's when I called it off. I left, but he gave up. And as soon as I left, I realized that was stupid. I changed my mind, like, wait, no, it's not what I meant. He tried. Even I left and I never said anything afterwards. Even though I left, he was still present as if nothing had happened. And secretly, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna let it be back to the way things were before I left. With me trying after that, he gave up. It would never happen if I didn't kick it off. Even though right after I kicked it off, I regretted it and I wanted to work on it, he just gave up. Mentally, the relationship enlightened me and it broke me at the same time. Emotionally, it consumed me. I prioritized him above everything. All of my happiness was in that relationship at the time. I had euphoric experiences physically. Financially, I wasn't touched. The moment that I finally felt 100% cured and clean from this relationship, to where I never looked back with any sort of regret or sadness, was the day that I discovered BTS. And most people most people might laugh at that, but it's the truth. Like, I can't flex on BTS and just act like the lessons that come with that group and being an army has not helped me, because honest to God, the day that I discovered BTS was the day that I was able to say that relationship no longer affects me. The thing that made everything okay was I took baby steps to getting okay. Was Pentatonix's emerge and mix of Beyonce's self-titled album. When I heard them sing their cover of XO by Beyonce, the second I heard that clip, that was my first reason to live in happiness. Like, because before that, I felt like I am just pointless as a human being. Like, once I heard their version of XO, it just made me feel so happy. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, I was so happy to be alive at that point that I was able to hear that. And after that moment, I started looking for more moments of euphoric happiness. And I started to find them, like through movies, through new bonds, through admiration of other people, through different people's perceptions, through different experiences in life. I started to look for those things. I started to look for things to make me laugh, things that make me happy. I started to try to better myself. And I always have this saying, I don't bring anything to the table. I am the table. I felt like he was the definition of perfection, so I felt like one way to help me get over this or be okay with it is if I increase my own perfection. If I can prove that my table is stronger than anything else, then I won't need him. And I won't feel like I'm lacking anything because he's not here. Like, his absence is not going to make me feel incomplete or inadequate. My main turning point was discovering BTS. And after discovering BTS, like, that was the first time I was genuinely happy. After BTS, I witnessed God save my life. And now my mindset is, as long as I'm breathing, as long as I have the people that I love, and as long as my body is fully functional and capable of performing to my liking, I don't have no complaints about anything that goes right or wrong. Broken relationships they can't touch me. Like, they can't hurt me, because I am so enlightened to a point that I'm just like, dude, it's not really important. Like, love is important. It's one of the most important things that we have in our journey. However, if love doesn't work out, It's truly not the end of the world. And when you're young, you think this is the end of the world. Like, you think, what is the point? That's it. Like, I'm done for. But BTS and God helped me to get nothing relationship wise can ever touch me. Seeing more that the world had to offer. Because in my mind, like I said, I thought he was the definition of perfection. And I started to get into BTS. I started to see things that you could accomplish. I started to see ways that you can discover levels of life that you never knew were accessible to you or that you never knew existed. I can't hold myself back from this one experience. I can't possibly think that that was the greatest thing that I could ever have been blessed with. Your future has so much in store for you. And even without the help of people, you yourself, you can become such a great entity yourself that you want to discover everything that you can become. And that gives you motivation to say, oh my gosh, what else can I discover about me? Like, what else can I create? What else can I become? What else can I explore? What else can I experience? What else can I bring to the world that only I can? Looking at the world through the perception of others, looking at the talents and the gifts that others have, things that other people could introduce you to, seeing that greater truly lies ahead. Every day, something new and better is going to appear. It's never the best of the best. It's always, this is impeccable. This is amazing. This is the best we've ever seen. In 2 months, we're going to see something 10 times better than this. Seeing that happen in so many different ways, I was like, it might not have been the best thing that could ever happen to my life. So it started to take away the sadness and the desire for it. Started to move on by looking for happy reasons to live. Began my get over it process the second that it happened. Emotionally, it was stuck with me for years. In my relationships before, if something would go wrong, I would always feel guilty for it. And therefore, I would try my hardest to fix whatever went wrong. And the more I tried in every single relationship, the more that I tried, the worse I made things. This time, I was like, I'm not going to try at all, because obviously that got me nowhere. I always left communication open. And I always said that if he ever spoke to me, I would speak openly to him. But he never did. That helped my moving on process. I guess the distance helped. And on top of that, me starting to look for things to be happy. I started to discover things that make you happy and give you reasons to live. Honestly, like I said before, the day that I discovered BTS was the mark. I'm over it. I did not know I could be that happy. But the day that I discovered BTS and started to implement the lessons that I learned from BTS, that was the day I was officially over it. I always heard that when you're in a situation, you can't see clearly from the inside looking out. So I started asking people from the outside looking in for their advice and their opinions. And multiple different people gave me opinions, and all of those opinions were similar. So I was like, okay, I'm going to trust these people's opinions because they can see what I can't right now because my heart is involved. I started to take their advice, and that took the guilt away from me. I felt like it wasn't completely my fault as to why it evaporated. Witnessing God save my life switched my mindset completely. Now I'm just grateful for everything that I'm given. And if something is taken away from me in terms of like a relationship or something materialistic or like, I mean, status wise, I don't care. Not to punk out, to speak positively. Not only what I deserve, but what I want as a woman. That it's possible for me to get what I want. To never put anything before God. To be myself. My potential. Because through that heartbreak, I discovered so many sides to me artistically that I was just like, whoa. I would have never known that I was capable of this delivery had I not been so broken. Take your time. Take things slow. Allow serendipity to take place. If you want to protect yourself and what you have, don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. After the relationship, I am completely blessed. Like, I can't complain about anything in my life. I am more advanced and I'm 100% open to the next person. I am so looking forward to love, and to me, that's one of the most important things in a journey. So, life for me in one word is possible. My desires and priorities completely have switched. Like, life for me is at such a mature state. Because at the end of the day, it's a boy. Like, I am completely not heartbroken. Like, heartbreak is nowhere in my life. The biggest thing for me that I got out of it is that my life is a gift. I am divine. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope that it helped you. Whatever you're going through, you will get through it. Please don't give up. A better you lies ahead. Better love lies ahead. Better life and experiences lie ahead. My name is Ariel, and that's it. That's all I have for my portion of the story. That's all I have for my story. So